but you make him a little bit mad and he will hook. She's bad about it.
Which one's the bull?
He's not here. He went visit.
Okay.
He's macho man. He got to go take care of all the girls in the neighborhood.
Right. So these are just. Oh, okay.
Well, my name's Kim Montgomery. Thank you very much.
Todd
That was
Becker.
fun.
Yeah, Elmo Johnson.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
See, we have a little website, and our little logo's always been a longhorn. And I've been trying to get a picture. I was always wondering if it was safe to get a picture with, up close with a longhorn.
These here, they're all right. They'll get to playing. Like when I go to dump this feed out here in a minute, they'll get to playing. Sometimes they'll knock. They don't mean to. They're just playing. They'll jump, kick, see who gets to the feed most. And you can dump 100 pounds out there, but you pick a sack up, they're gonna follow you with the sack. It's all he's got the better stuff in the sack.
They really keep the coyotes.
Well, you know what? There's lots and lots of coyotes out here. I have never lost a calf, but I got the donkeys. In fact, there's a man over lots of cows. But I like to listen to him. Yeah. If he don't do it, I'm gonna get rid of him. But he yeehaws all the time.
Do they ever breed?
I don't know. If they have a baby, you can have them. I don't know.
Really? There's a thought.
I didn't want him, but I had to take him to get her.
Wow.
I had a little donkey years ago.
They're beautiful,
when I had
man.
horses and I was breeding my horses, my colts would drop on the ground, and I'd put little donkeys up. I had one. He wasn't but that tall. He was a miniature donkey. And
they got some down the road.
He would eat you up, though. He was meaner than any big donkey.
Is that right? These guys here, they are pets. Their babies were all pets too.
Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all have a website for?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Texas Paranormal Researchers. We're ghost hunters.
Is that right?
Yeah, our thing is, well, actually, that's my group. Her group is Ghostbusters of Texas. We're both leaders of different groups. We go to like small towns all over Texas, and like every little small town has its ghost tale. It's a haunted legend. Well, we go and check those out and try to verify them.
There's a pretty good legend on this property you're standing on.
Yeah, we know. That's why you think we're driving down this road. But do you know the exact location?
Yeah. Well, I know where a couple of them are.
I can tell you where I think the location is. You see these things over here, like back that way?
No, you know where that church is down there?
Yeah.
If you look off to the right, if you're on the road, if you look off to the right, look back there in the woods, there's a wooden cross there. That's where Laura Miller was found.
No, that's what you said when we pulled up. You said something about there, and I said, no, that building couldn't have been there in the 80s.
No, it wasn't. In fact, when I bought out here in '93, you couldn't get down this road. Really? They had 4-inch trees going. I cleared it all. I used to own all this down through here. And now I lost half of it in divorce, so I only own 30 acres.
Oh, man. Divorce
So what do you
sucks.
think about the Robert Abel deal? I don't think he did it.
I don't know if he did it, but he had something to do with it.
You think?
I think
they ruined his life. I don't think he had anything.
No, they didn't ruin his life. Well, let me tell you something. Tim Miller, you've heard him?
Right.
Do you know him?
I don't know him, but I've spoke with his office before about it,
Well, let me tell you, that guy ain't nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He likes publicity and alcohol. That's the only reason why he's doing what he's doing.
Really?
I know that for a fact, yes. He's pretty much...
Because he just got back from Aruba, too.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen that late night talk show. There was another outfit hunting, more or less searching for, missing people or whatever. And he tried to belittle him. And the man said, look, I didn't really want to go here, but he said, one thing about it, we didn't stay in a bar most of the time when we were here. We were looking for this, and they were in the bars drinking.
Yeah.
And I want to tell him that next time I see him, he knows me personally because I helped him. See, there's some Bayroid pits down there. Oh, I don't know if you know what Bayroid pits, all this is oil country.
Right, I've heard.
And they dig a hole and they make a water well there, and they just dig them a little old pond. And it's still down there. I can show you where it's at. It's cattails going over. You can't see it. But anyhow, they mix their drilling mud up in it. And they pump it out of that, and they'll pump the salt. When you do all your filings from the boat, shavings or whatever. Anyhow, one of them was founded by that Bayroid. And they never, League City is about like Morning 5, their police department. And they never did search that pond. And so 10 years after the fact, they come out.
He dug it up, right?
Well, yeah, but listen to this. I'm out here one day, and I used to live in a building down there. And Abel calls me, well, the FBI calls me and asks me, tell me who they were. So we want to talk to you. I said, look, man, that was after I even knew this place existed, you know. And they said, no. But Tim Miller told us that you might be willing to help us, and they wanted to dig them ponds up. And because I can operate equipment, and I had my own company, and I said, look, I'll give you all a couple of days. And so they come out here, and Tim Miller's with them, and they said, there's only 4 people that know about this. Tim Miller, Galveston County's investigator, League City's investigator, and the FBI investigator, and you. Talk about me.
No,
Please don't tell anybody.
Everybody knows about it.
All over the internet.
No, this was before it's happened.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to start at 7 o'clock next morning.
All right.
At about 10 to 7, there's helicopters landed. Every news channel in Houston was over.
Oh, wow.
And that was Miller. He was right in the middle of it, okay?
Wow.
And if you'll notice, every time somebody gets lost, he's the first one there on the camera. You know? But if you want to find him anytime sooner, go down to that beer joint over in Lake City. You'll find him in there. Yeah.
Wow.
He's sorry son of a gun. He didn't, his daughter that got killed, he done kicked her out. So I don't want nothing to do with it. She's a drug addict.
I told you that. I told you that. I told you that.
She's something of a psychic.
And then about 5 years after the fact.
And she was talking to a boy on the phone too. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff I found out. I was told by pretty good sources, like Abel lived over in Newport. You know where that is?
Yeah.
Newport?
And there's a little old store right there at Hobbs Road and 518. And all the girls that were missing were last seen, or two out of the 4 or something, were last seen at that store.
Right.
Now they found.
Oh,
told
dang!
you that, donkey.
Took one right to the jaw.
Of these girls in Abel's house. They found one of them's teeth in his house. They found one of them was strangled to death with like a mini blind cord.
Wait a minute.
They found a piece of his cut.
That's not what the story said.
I don't care what story. I read the police.
Story says that they
searched
searched everything. They even talked about his curtain cord.
Yeah.
And that they had cut pieces off and tested them and this and that from the ligatures, and that they couldn't. They had absolutely zero.
They found one of the girl's teeth in his house. They found. All right, he had a. And I could be wrong on the brand of pistol, but one of the girls was shot execution style in the back of the head.
Laura Miller.
Was she the one shot? Okay. Well, anyhow, League City messed the ballistics up. They dug the bullets out of the dirt, put them in a little plastic vial, was sitting there shaking them and messed the ballistics up. But they did figure out there was federal long rifle ammunition, and it was shot from a certain kind of pistol. Well, they went to his house, and 22 bullets, you found in a brick of 500.
Yeah.
There's 500. They found a brick with 2 missing, and a pistol, same kind. They couldn't match the ballistics because they had beat them all up, fooling with them because they didn't know what they were doing. Right. But anyhow, there's several things like that. And knowing Abel, and I know the guy pretty well, and I'll tell you a story, a quick story.
Yeah?
He used to have the trail ride place down there.
I know that.
Okay, and if you rode horses, when you were learning how to ride, I was always taught that you stand up in your stirrups, you can put your hand in between your crotch and the saddle, that's about the right length of your stirrups, okay?
Right.
Well, he used to love to tell you about these stewardess. I like to check the stirrup lengths, you know, so I can stick my hand in, you know. Yeah. Stuff like that.
So he was checking people's
He's a pervert, okay? He's a pervert. But then after all this, right before he moved, see, he's dead now. You know?
Right, I know.
Yeah.
He killed, they think he killed himself.
Yeah.
On the railroad tracks with his little golf cart. Right.
And I was supposed to go up there that same week and build him a barn. I wouldn't have gone, but anyhow, he was looking for me to get me to go up there because I built a metal building like that. But anyhow, right before he left, he told me this story. He said, you know, I met a girl over at a hamburger joint, young girl, real pretty girl, 30 years old or so, in Dickinson. And I had my cow trader or something, and she got talking about cow. I said, I'd love to go to a cow sale. So he said, I told her, I said, well, look, this weekend I'm going to Navasota and to the cow sale. And she said, well, I'd love to go. He said, I'll call you. So he goes and picks this girl up on Saturday morning early. You know, he had the house over here. He goes to pick her up, takes her to his house, and they pick up a big trailer or something in Belleville, this place in Belleville. And then he goes to Navasota to the sale. Well, his stories, what difference this makes, it's just the way I'm telling you the way he told me the story. But if you ever been to the Navasota sale barn,
I've been there, done that many times.
You know the old man that sat there and started them cattle?
Yeah.
Great big man, had a cigar and sat in the barber chair, and he started all the cattle.
I know exactly what I've sold many a cow there before.
Well, he turns them cattle and runs them on out, but in the end he starts them all. And you know what we're talking about starting them?
Not really, no.
Okay, what they do in a cow sale, there's a ring, there's a half round ring, and there's a man sits down here.
Right.
and he usually don't ever see starts him. You know, like 39. That's 39, and every cow that runs through, he'll get within 2 cents of a pound of what that cow's gonna sell for.
Is that right?
Well, this old man, he's been there for years. He's old man. He sat there and they had a barber chair and he had a cigar about that big around his mouth, and he never said nothing. He just
He had
started.
glasses?
I don't remember, probably. So he did now. But anyhow, he'd start them cattle. Well, he's in there, and Abel's buying these calves, see, heifers.
Yeah.
And a heifer's a young cow.
Yeah.
Anyhow, he supposedly this girl, when he hits them with that electricity to make the cows go,
Right.
you know, they want them to turn so that if
They
you're
poop.
buying them, you can see them.
And then
Right.
they poop on you.
No, I never seen them do that too much, but they just basically turn them, you know.
Okay.
Because if you only see one side, the other side might have a,
Right.
cancer or something on it. So
Yeah.
they make about 2 circles and they're gone. Well, anyhow, this girl stands up and hollers, "Tell that man to quit shocking that cow." You know. And Abel says, he tells her to be quiet. Well, she did it 4 or 5 times, made a big scene. So the old man, I can't remember his name right now, but anyhow, he said, "Abel, get that girl out here, take her home, or you need to leave too. I ain't listening to that crap all day."
Yeah.
So he takes her out the truck, said, "Look, go read a book here, go get you something to eat out of the restaurant, whatever," and she stays out there. Well, about 4 or 5 o'clock that evening, she comes back in and sits down, everything's cool. But in the midst of all this excitement, he buys too many calves, or heifers, or whatever. So he was going to make a special trip, and the guys at the loading said, no further than you're going, you can haul these, ain't no big deal, 2 more calves, ain't no big deal. Well, he goes on and hauls them more, 2 of them die in the trailer, supposedly.
Oh, boy.
Well, he gets home, and so he said, well, since they're still warm, we'll go on and butcher. So he tells the girl, go on in the house and cook us something to eat. I took out some veal cutlets this morning, they'll cook us some chicken fried steak. And so she says, okay, so she goes in, he's out there and he's butchering these cows, and anyhow, so this kid, some kid that stays there and helps him on his place, that goes to school at A&M or something, comes out and says, this girl's done broke the windows out of the house, she's broke every dish in there, thrown all the pots and pans on the floor, says she ain't no freaking cook, by God, So he says, I went in there, and she had done destroyed the house, so I cleaned up her mess.
So there was a younger guy that lived with him there?
I don't know. This is
Okay.
I'm telling you the story the way he told me. Okay. And then I'll tell you a little bit about all this. What I'm leading up to is probably possible.
Okay.
It's believable.
Right.
But anyhow, so he goes in there, cleans up the mess, goes back out, finishes butchering the cows, comes back in. By this time it's 8:30 at night, and he cooks, feeds everybody, the hands and the girl and this kid that's living there, and all this stuff. And then he goes and takes a shower, and he's going to go to bed. Well, she wants to sleep with him, so he locks his door because he keeps catching us. He got a key lock on his door.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So he
That
locks
don't even
his
make
door.
sense right there, but okay.
She beat on the door, couldn't get in, so she went outside, broke the window, and climbed in the window to have sex with him.
Okay.
All right. So he said no, and
Okay.
he woke one of his ranch hands up at 2 o'clock in the morning and told him to take her back to Dickinson. Now I can believe it. She had to break the window to get out, but
Not
anyhow,
getting
Abel's
in.
a trip. Abel is he was.
Well, they say he was really eccentric, that he was so smart, he was actually weird.
Yeah, I mean he was. And you know that Carla Faye Tucker, that axe murder lady?
Oh, yeah.
He's supposed to go out. He had a date with her the night that she did all that shit.
Is that right?
Drugs, and nasty was into big drugs.
He got lucky though, huh?
Hey, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
If we wanted to bring a few people over here one night, would you take us down there and show us where the process? Could we get in there without getting in trouble?
Yeah, I doubt the preacher would care. I mean,
It's a
the
churchyard.
lot next door.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
They don't have no services there, but
I mean, we wouldn't bring like our whole group or anything. We'd only bring like 5 or 6 of us.
yeah, man, as long as y'all ain't gonna stay there long, I mean,
No,
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes.
yeah, I
Would
don't
you
think
go with us?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Hell yeah.
but and they don't, like I said, the girls were. The other thing that makes me believe Abel did it was all this. He had a trail. Okay, he had all this lease supposedly. And he used to work with the man that was a part owner, was kind of a share. Doug Latimer owned the land, but a guy named Bernard Rosenbaum.
What, Doug Latimer? Man, that name sounds familiar.
He owns half of LaPorte.
Okay.
Rich man, good guy, real good guy, nice man, good friend of mine. But he had a buddy of his that was supposed to be taking care of this property, all the taxes and stuff, watching over, keeping it in the ag and all this. Well, he worked at NASA too, and he was big friends with Abel. Well, Abel supposedly leased all this property from him, but Abel was running his horse business on it, and there weren't no fences, and all the fences were, Abel didn't take care of his business. But anyhow,
But he had trails back here. And
yeah,
stuff, right?
yeah, and he could take you on a trail. You'd think you was 100 miles back in the country, and you ain't been near them tanks because it's so
Right.
thick. But anyhow, there was his place, which was 11. Then the next place was 25 acres, and I owned 76, which is about from that white van down past that building down there. At one when I first bought out here. And he had a trail that went through this place and along that ditch back to the back, and they kind of went around back there in the back. But anyhow, his stepdaughter, and his son wanted to ride horses, and he said, y'all can ride, but y'all need to go out the back trail. Don't go this way. Okay, for whatever reason, I don't know. But this is in the afternoon, and he left. Well, the kids went over there, and they went down that trail and seen that body laying there.
The one on the four-wheelers.
Oh, okay.
Right.
No, they didn't have four-wheelers back then. They had horses.
Right, right.
But anyhow, so the kids call and go home. Hey, we found the body. Well, he don't. Oh, well, I'll look at it tomorrow. Y'all don't know what you found. So the next day, he still ain't looked at it all day. They get home from school. Said, well, let's go look. So he goes and looks with the kids, and sure enough, it's a body. And that's what he. But I mean, look, if your kids are 14, 15-year-old, I don't know if you got kids or not, but you're gonna go see.
Yeah.
I mean, and there were several things like another thing about Miller. I had some cow skulls. You've seen cow skulls, big barn.
Yeah.
Probably that little, well, there's a barn just like that. That's a portable barn, and it was pulled up over there. There's a building pad up there. I mean, you could see it from the road. But anyhow, I had those cow skulls, two of them leaning up against the barn. My steers died.
Yeah.
And man, I come home one day and the police helicopter's over here, and there must
Oh,
have been
come on,
200
from a
people.
cow. You can tell it's a cow skull.
Yeah, well, and Tim said, well, we seen bones up there. We just want to make sure. No, he's a.
So yeah, I'm drying that out from a rock garden.
Well, I mean, and Abel, the other thing, Abel, when Laura Smithers come up missing,
Yeah.
they had about 600 people. They wanted Tim, oh, they're out there. They're out there. I'm telling you, Abel got her. Well, he had that lease back there, and he wouldn't let them on it. Wouldn't let the police on it. You bring me a search warrant, then you can search the place.
Do you have that on?
Yeah, I'm just filming the
No,
cows.
but don't record him.
I've
He's
got it.
talking to us confidentially.
Right. It's just I'm the only one that watches this stuff. That's it.
But anyhow, he wouldn't let him, and I called the owner, and the owner said, you tell them they can search anywhere they want to. But he's just a very eccentric guy. And he got a boy, though. That's why I say
Who had a boy? Abel had a boy?
Abel's got a boy.
Okay.
That out of tape anyway.